Happy Tuesday. This is Jon from Wood Brothers Wrestling Podcast, and I'm here to catch you up on what happened on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. After a less than ideal night at Sunday's Backlash, Raw was under more pressure than usual to deliver something entertaining. Kurt Angle started off the show by announcing two qualifying matches, one for the men and one for the women, for the upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view, with the winners earning spots in their individual ladder matches. As demanded by the wrestling gods, no, not that guy, Raw's GM was interrupted by Braun Strowman, who told him that he deserved to be in the Money in the Bank match because, well, he just may or may not have killed a bunch of kids in a treehouse when he was growing up. It was weird. And then Kurt was swayed by the argument / threat / incriminating confession, and as Angle is about to put him in a match, Kevin Owens' music hits. Owens looks more energized than he has in a while. He's got a new shirt. Owens being Owens, he demanded a place in the match, and Kurt did the thing that Kurt does, and he made a match between the two people who were standing in front of him at the time. Owens looked strong through most of the match until Braun ran him over freeway style 3 times outside the ring before hitting him with the power slam for the win. It was ugly. It was awesome. Braun Strowman advances to the men's Money in the Bank match. Next up, we had a Roman interview where Roman said Roman things about being the uncrowned Universal Champion. After that, we had a couple of selfie promos, and if you really want to check it out, Breezango's is the one worth looking at if it hits YouTube anytime soon. The show's first hour effectively came to an end with a match between Baron Corbin with the Revival and Titus Worldwide with No Way Jose. The Revival, arguably the most talented act in the match, managed to hit the ring during the commercial break and didn't even get an entrance. Still, the Bad Guys team was able to pick up the win with the Baron Corbin End of Days to No Way Jose. After a commercial break, Raw then returned to matches with actual reasons and actual stakes with the women's triple threat qualifying match for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott versus Ember Moon was a lot of fun, and it did a lot to build the two newest women in the match, with both Riott and Moon managing to shine more so than Banks. And even though the Riott Squad is finally looking and performing like a dangerous faction, Ember Moon picked up the win with a nice-looking eclipse to advance to the Money in the Bank match. I'm really excited for this newcomer. She's great to watch, and she's going to be a lot of fun in that match. In the meantime, also during that match, in the background of the match, the Bayley and Sasha saga continued when Bayley ran down to save Sasha from a Riott Squad beatdown. Renee Young sat down for an interview with Bobby Lashley next, and for the life of me, I still can't figure out why. I like him no more or no less than I did before this segment, and there really wasn't much to it beyond the fact that his sisters were awful to him, or not, or something. My mind wandered. It was bad. Back in the locker room, Kevin Owens nursed his wounds, while Sami Zayn was there to make sure that the friend he slapped in the face and fed to Braun Strowman the night before would be there for him in the triple threat match. Owens reluctantly agreed, but was still visibly upset as he left the room, and we never saw him again. Jinder Mahal defeated Chad Gable in a match that happened. Mahal beat down Gable after the match because why not make Chad Gable look as weak as possible in this moment? Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, whether they're called the Show or not, took on the Guardians of the Lowest Rung of Raw, Heath Slater and Rhino. McIntyre's badass entrance is completely and utterly ruined by Dolph's needlessly goofy one. I just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish. McIntyre and Ziggler won the match quickly with their impressive double-team moves, and nobody once mentioned three-man band. What a shame. And because we're in Bizarro World and pay-per-views now apparently set up matches on Raw, Elias came out before his match with Bobby Roode. The match itself actually managed to be pretty entertaining, but nothing terribly special at the same time. And Roode picked up the win with a glorious DDT basically out of nowhere. Post-match interviews don't help anybody. Roode here politely asks Kurt Angle to consider him for a Money in the Bank position. Please give us heel Bobby Roode soon. Seth Rollins is out next because he decided he wants to be a fighting champion. He wants to make the Intercontinental belt the most important one on Raw. Well, congratulations, Seth. Mission accomplished. 9 out of every 10 weeks, it's the only singles title on Raw. The Kingslayer issued an open challenge, and it was answered by Mojo Rawley, of all people. Even Seth looked disappointed. In a happy surprise, though, Rawley actually put on a much better performance than I think any of us were expecting, and that included a serviceable promo on his way to the ring. Rollins, of course, won the match with a stomp to retain his title. In the match before the main event, the Deleters of Worlds, also known as the Raw Tag Team Champions, fought a repackaged Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel and beat them with a new modified Double Sister Abigail-looking move. It's a huge improvement over that elevated Twist of Fate thing that they were doing, and it really goes a long way to improving the overall presentation of the team. Finally, the main event between Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, and Roman Reigns for a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. In a shocking moment of pure logic, Balor and Zayn joined forces to take out Roman Reigns. After fighting into the crowd, they both managed to hit their finishers on Reigns to effectively remove him from the match. At least for a while. When the inevitable happened, and Reigns did come back to start the fight again, it looked like Reigns was going to take this one home and really tick people off. But fortunately for everybody, Jinder Mahal appeared out of nowhere, tripped up Roman Reigns. This allowed Finn Balor to get the advantage on Sami Zayn, climb the rope, and hit the coup de grace for the win. Finn Balor is going to Money in the Bank. And I couldn't be happier with that result. It's literally the best thing that could have happened. Out of those three, I'm really, really glad it's going to be Finn. Overall, I thought this was a decent episode of Raw. For the first time since WrestleMania, I think it feels like we're really starting fresh with these new characters and these new rosters. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get even more of our content in your feed. See you next time.